Hello everyone, and I am the writer. It has been a while since I wrote/created a video for the channel. I've just been busy with life in general, but you know what? I thought I would do something for Twisted Wonderland. A game about Disney characters that on an average day I can go from thinking, wow, this character is great and well written, has development, to I wouldn't hesitate to hit any of them in the head with a shovel. Except for Kaleem, Silver, Nage, and Chenya. Who knows, this could change. In the past year that I've joined this interesting game, there have been more characters, more content, and more story events that have been added that have just intrigued me enough to stay here. Also, I've got to be real, this is tying me over until the next Kingdom Hearts game. I need something. Nomura, where are you? And in that year alone, we got introduced to a lot of characters, well, both in the English and the Japanese, that have definitely remained as memorable characters as the one we have. And we're getting 2 more new ones based on the villains from Pinocchio, which is kind of surprising and makes Azul look ethical in some aspects. Didn't think I would ever say that in a sentence, but here we are. Anyway, I will discuss how this will work. I made 2 lists. The first list is top 5 characters that have a good chance of appearing in this app, versus top 5 characters I would like to see appear in this app. I know these are some characters who will definitely appear, while there will be other characters who will not appear. I want to be right, or get some of these characters correct. I would love to have these characters appear, but will they? Some are yes, some are a definite no. So I've got a few categories and requirements for each character. Rules: no family members or siblings. No one already in the game with little backstory to them. These characters have to be from Disney. No use or original of the characters. Mainly students, but as we can see, these can be teachers or adults now. I am looking at the Japanese version of the game. So as for the format of each character, what schools they would be attending, what kind of magic would they use, possible backstories or what could happen to the character, whether the character could overplot or not, or what kind of trouble they would cause, and a potential story outline for them. With that being said, let's start with the top 5 characters that have a good chance of appearing in this app, with 5 being the least likely to 1 being the most likely. Should clarify, any music, photos, and images are all to the respective creators. I don't own anything. If I did, there would be chaos. Anyway, on to the video now. Prince Hans. So I have a feeling this is a glass case scenario. For those that do not know what that means, it means when the app needs money or something big, so they will pull out like a big event or character item to get people to come. Hans might be that situation. Well, he's not my favorite villain, he's a prick, but he's fun to hate on. Though, given how Twisted Wonderland loves to put twist on the villains, it would be interesting to see what they do with this character. I think an ideal storyline would be something with whatever Twisted Wonderland versions of Anna and Elsa are, or it could be one against the main cast that we've seen before with Frolo. I could see Leona being a potential candidate because of how they both relate to their brothers. I want Hans to hate his brothers in this version, or have a struggle with them. And Leona would be the best foil since he doesn't like his brother or hold him in high regard. He wouldn't do anything extreme though. This event could be between the royal students as well, so we could add Malleus, Kaleem, maybe Brooke, Idia, or Ortho to this since they have some kind of connection to that. Would he overplot? Yeah, I could see it. He has an ego and he would lose his mind, but hey, we get to punch him, so that's worth it. So I think an SSR for Leona with a duo with Malleus would be cool. I could also see Kaleem and Malleus both being the SR cards. I think for this, I'm gonna go with Rook being the R card, it just sounds right. So for the school, I want him to be at RSA, because I think it would be cool to show like a person with a neutral dark magic there. We have Kaleem, Rook, and Silver at Night Raven College, so it would be cool to see that kind of situation. All in all, I can see this character debuting in the app. I just hope it's only Frozen 1. I don't want anything beyond that. I'm kind of done with Frozen. Anyone else? Next is Mother Gothel. I think this person has a good chance of appearing in this app. I'm honestly surprised she wasn't here in the beginning. She would be similar to Trine, just a teacher. She might have kids. I don't really know. We need someone else at that school because I promise you Trine and Krell are barely holding it together. I don't even know how it survived this long. She's not my favorite villain because of how she treated Rapunzel and Eugene, but it would be a good story for her to be there, even if she is a teacher. The teachers do have good backstories. We don't know if she has Rapunzel. I could see Rapunzel attending either school, which would be cool. And I can see 2 possible stories with this. One where we go down with the teacher lane, where we learn her backstory and why she's at the school. Or we could do another scenario where we go to her hometown like we did with Frolo, and talking about the magic surrounding Rapunzel. Though I feel like that plot would be a hard one to do. I don't know if she would get an overblot if she is a teacher, but if we do the hometown event, she might. I don't know. As for the character cards, Riddle should be the golden one, and Lilia with the silver one along with Bill, and the art card could be Zeus. I can see all four of them having ties to families and mothers in particular. Bill's mom left her and had no intention of finding her. Zeus's mother was recently introduced to the West, and he's a really good mother. Lilia is a single dad, but he has had the best experience at raising kids. Of course, Riddle would be the most interesting one because of his relationship to his mother. And I want Riddle to have a duel with Bill, would be a nice touch. I generally want the theme of family to be explored in this one, as well as the possibility of being a parent versus like the child's view of the situation. All in all, I can see her showing up. Yago. There has been some references to a friend Nejma and Jamil have. This could be a throwaway line. It could be him. We don't know. Out of all the villain characters, it is surprising that Yago isn't there. Then I thought about it, and Yago isn't a villain anymore. He's actually a hero in Aladdin 2. He saved Aladdin and then kicked Jafar's lamp into the lava. Is this another Rook situation? Oh no, not again. I have a cat to feed. So, what school would he go to? He could actually go to either because of what he did in the movies. Personally, I want to say RSA. I want to learn more about that school. And I also have another character who I think goes there, but that's for like the characters I hope that will be here by my wish list. Anyway, and we know bird beastmen are a thing now, thanks to Leona's event. Nej, I'm pretty sure I pronounced that name wrong, I'm sorry. Basically, Twisted Wonderland's version of Zazu does appear. So he could be there. I don't know, I just can't help but think Yago could be either a villain or a hero, depending on how far we go with this. Anyway, it's clear that he could have a relationship to Jamil and Nejma at the very least. He might even know Kaleem. As for the story, let's go back to Scalding Sands. I really liked it. Let's throw a party. Let's see if he appears. And he tries to kill Kaleem or something. I don't know. Maybe a murder mystery plot. That would be epic if you ask me. But then again, I could see Kaleem just forgiving him so easily. The only issue that I have with this now is that if you have seen Jamil's 3rd birthday card, there's a picture of Yago. Now, we don't know if this means Jamil is also Yago, but we also have to consider that Jack has Rafiki on the back of his card. I don't know, really, but I hope there's a potential that we do see this bird. I want Jamil to have one friend in his life who understands him, and the closest he has to that right now is Ruggy. Please give him another friend. Ariel and Mufasa. Okay, this is where I kind of break the rule, but let's talk about this, okay? After every other event that's happened, these two are referenced the most in the game so far, and their stories are tied to Leona and Azul. At the moment, we don't know if they will appear in the manga. I doubt it, since like it's been on hold or it's been delayed or stuff like that. I don't know. But what we do know is that both attend RSA, and that would be good to see the school or some relation to it. I imagine Rio has like an amazing father and a bunch of older brothers who are accomplished singers and mages. I just imagine he feels insecure, and let's not forget, he probably can sing. And Ariel didn't have a lot of other talents either, so I feel like this would cause some insecurity. There's the popular theory that he did bully Azul, so that makes a lot of sense. Azul is a smart mage and has a lot of talent. He runs a competent restaurant and a subscription service at the age of 17, and he understands economics. So I could see Rio having an overblood and showing up. As for the story, can we just go to Azul's home? I just want to see it, and to be honest, let's make it a singing competition somehow. It would be fun to see. I don't know, maybe he could have a similar dynamic to Nej and Bill. Probably not. Anyway, as for Felina, I feel like something would have to happen to the wife or Chica or Leona, or somehow they're disappointed in Leona further. I think one of the missed opportunities in his home event, we could have gone to see his brother. They just didn't give us that. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind that Nej is there, but like, I think Felina would have been better. I don't know. And you already had the perfect cards to like even express this too. But who knows? And for the cards, again, I think it's obvious that we're gonna have like Azul and Leona, probably Jade and Floyd also, and a few others. And could Cheka cameo on Felina's card, please? Captain Hook is the final character and the one I believe will get into this app one day. And to be honest, this is surprising that he's not there since we had a Pixie Hollow event. So pixies exist, and fairies. So I'm pretty sure Peter Pan exists. Anyway, regardless of all the villains that are not in there, this was one of the most popular ones. He was like a part of the main villain lineup, and he's not there. I don't know. The other three that are not in the app that are arguably just as popular or more so is the devil himself from Fantasia or Oogie Boogie. And to be honest, I feel like Oogie Boogie will show up in this, but I am also surprised that like the devil himself isn't in it. But maybe that's why. Anyway, I think this captain would attend the evil school. Well, Night Raven at least. And I think he could be a teacher of some kind. I don't think it would be a bad idea, and I would love to see his relationship with the students. I am just honestly surprised he's not there. Oh man, and you can make a theme with this guy. Like, if he's not a teacher and he's a student, the theme's gotta be growing up. But if he is a teacher, it would be interesting to know if he's the one who runs that internship program. Think about it, if the theme is growing up, he could be the teacher responsible for that, and giving the students a chance to grow up by finding out what they want to do with their lives, what's their passion, what are they gonna devote themselves to. Honestly, it would be a very interesting theme to explore with this guy. And this is not counting the relationship he could have with certain students. I imagine he would be freaking out if he ever steps a foot near Azul, Jade, and Floyd particularly, since they are mer people. And he's also British! Well, Peter Pan's at least British, technically Scottish, we're not getting into that debate. And I would like to know his relationship with Riddle and his group, because I feel like Captain Hook would have some kind of interactions with the Queen of Hearts, I don't know. And for his backstory, I don't think he was like a kid who was well off, he didn't have a lot of money, and he had to grow up fast. I'm thinking like Ruggy kind of backstory, but he also learned how to have like a lot of odd jobs, he took care of kids in an orphanage maybe, I don't know. And oh my god, his unique magic, can we talk about that? I think that would be a very interesting one where he can have a crew or command a group of people to do what he wants. That's just right there. I have no idea if Mr. Smee would appear, but it would make the most sense if he did. Also, let's be honest, I think the teachers might overblood at some point. If not, then you have better self-control than I do for the students who annoy me. I speak from experience. And, you know, we could see the reason for it, we don't know. I don't know what his card group would be. I could see him having a good relationship with Ruggy, Trey, Jade, and Jamil at this point. I don't know if they're gonna do a hometown event. If they will, I gotta give it to Ruggy. He can be the gold card. Trey and Jamil could be the silver cards, and Jamil would be the duo to Ruggy, because I'm surprised we don't have a Jamil-Ruggy duo. Why is that not a thing? And then, of course, for the R card, I'm gonna give it to Jade. I just think that would be poetic in some aspects, because Jade is always helping Azul in a similar fashion to how Smee helps Hook. Wow, I was really passionate about this character. Sort of. I just had a lot of notes on him, and just surprised that this guy isn't in the app yet. But I think these are the 5 characters who I believe have the most chances of appearing in the app. And now we get into the 5 characters who I don't believe have a shot at getting to this game, but I can help. Would it be funny? Yes. But would it happen? No. There's a very good reason for why I don't think any of these characters have a shot, but I'm gonna be praying like the clueless and hopeless person that I am. I will not give up. So my first pick, who is not gonna show up, is Zeus. I think Hercules doesn't exist, because Idia is alive. If we're going by the movie, Idia is a teenager. If he's a teenager, I think Zeus is a teenager. I want to know what the heck Zeus is doing. I want to know if he's a party boy, a jock, or if he's going to inherit a grand company one day. We know Jupiter Company does exist, but come on, can I just see this guy? I think it would be funny if we do the High School Musical route with this guy and have that comparison to Idia. Wait a second. Troy Bolton. Bolts. I'm reading too much into this. Anyway, yes, he's gonna have light magic. And I think he would attend RSA. I don't know if Zeus had a hard life growing up, but if we're going storylines, probably not. I think he would have some pressure to take over the company, but I don't know. I can see him appearing in a hometown event if we ever go back to Idia's place. I doubt it. Idia would be probably the SSR. Ortho could be the SR, even though that little boy already has a bunch. As for the others, I need Malleus to go here, because I need to see technology for the first time and get his reaction to that. For the R card, just bring Leona. I want to see him fight gods, or mess with gods. I think it would be funny. He would hate them, but it would be awesome. Anyway, I think it would be fantastic if we got to see this guy. Just give me a duo with him and Idia. I don't care. Anyway, that's it for this one. So Aladdin's dad, Kasim. I am a huge fan of Aladdin, and I hope as a KH fan we get the chance to see Aladdin's Dad. The third movie is probably like one of the best ones. I remember it very fondly, and I still have the DVD from it. That's not the point. This isn't a KH video. Anyway, Aladdin's Dad. Much like Hercules, I don't think Aladdin and Jasmine exist because Kaleem is the Sultan, the dad of Jasmine. He is 17. Hopefully he'll have her later. Or they could make Jasmine, I guess, his cousin? That'd be boring. Anyway, I would want Kasim to appear because he is Aladdin's dad, and I want him to attend the princess school because he loves his son and his wife, and he was trying to find treasure for them so they could live a great life. But he did let Aladdin's life spiral pretty badly, and his wife died. But he was caring for his family, that's all that matters. And I think he would have a backstory similar to Ruggy. He'd be a thief with a heart of gold kind of stuff. It would be cool to see that history and how it would develop later on for this guy and how he influences his son. And I think this would be an interesting storyline because I think he could meet Jamil and Kaleem. I don't know if they would get along, but I think he would get along with Kaleem at least. The Scalding Sands has the potential where you can have them meet. I don't know if they have met, but I think it would be cool to see. I think for the card events, if we are going to do this, I would want Jamil to be the golden one and Kaleem to be the silver. Ruggy would also be a silver card. And for the art card, I think Lily would be interesting to see because he has ties to the royal family and is what Kasim was in a sense. He was like a poor knight and he was close with the royal family. I think that perspective would be interesting to see. And I just want Jamil to go toe-to-toe with him. And we know like the Twisted Wonderland characters do not become their Disney counterparts, but it would just be cool to see nonetheless. So it's not really like a character, but something I want from this kind of movie. It's either one of these three. I'm Asian American who's Chinese. I love the fact that Malice's dad might be Chinese and Lilia wants to retire to wherever the frick Mushu lives. That being said, I want to see one of those three appear. All three definitely would go to the princess school and possibly wield light magic since all three did noble deeds. Okay, maybe Mushu didn't have noble deeds in the beginning, but the principle still stands. But I don't think I would want to meet Mulan, really. I think I would want to meet Mushu out of everyone. And if we're gonna have like a Mulan-themed dorm, that seems the most likely to happen. And we could see like the backstory, just all three of them trying to bring honor to their families. Which is a good theme when you think about it, since that's what Lilia and Silver and Sebek and Malleus all do in a sense. I don't know if we're gonna actually see them anytime soon, but heck, I would be happy if we even get like Mushu to show up in this. I will pull that card, I'm not kidding. I think for cards that I want to see interact with either anyone from Mulan, Silver is gonna be my gold card, I think. Lilia would also be a gold card or a silver card. Honestly, you can swap either two since both of them deal with the theme of family and bring honor to it. And maybe we could finally have Silver have a duo with his freaking dad. How has that not been a thing? Though to be honest, it sounds like a book 7 kind of situation. Who knows? And I think Jack would be a good card to have since he has like a theme of honor with his dorm and has a good older brother to his siblings. And for the art card, let's let it be Floyd, because he loves his brother even if he doesn't admit it. I want that. Okay, this could be a duo, much like Fellow and Lead. I don't know what their names are going to be when they get translated, but I want Yzma and Kronk. I don't care how they're going to do it, I would want it. Frollo is one of my favorite Disney villains, and even more so in literature. I want to know what she would do to these two. I will pay money, I will do anything. I love these two. Like, come on, Kronk is a himbo, and Yzma's just an attractive person, and you can't change my mind about this. If we can turn Frollo into an anime twink, what can we turn these two into? Let's be honest, we're probably gonna get an event with these two. I don't think they're both gonna be at the villain school. But who knows? Maybe Twisted Wonderland Cusco throws a party and invites them. He turns into a frickin' llama. Yzma does something. God, Yzma has dark magic and potions. She's basically a female version of Vil almost. Except she's not an actress. Feel like she would be a mad scientist. I will want this. And maybe Kronk has some dumb morals he can explore too. I don't know. But like, it's how Idia says, morals are the worst or something like that. And, you know, who cares? I just hope their dynamic is friendship and frustration. That's the best kind of relationship you can have. Maybe we could visit her hometown. I don't know. Just go wild with these two. I just want to see them. That's all. And my number one pick without any hesitation, if she knows about this series, is Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz. Now before you laugh, the comedic potential would be immaculate. And the lore would be insane. First of all, yes, he's going to like the evil college, and he's gonna end up Ignahydorn for sure. There's just no way. And he needs therapy just as well as the rest of them. And think about it, if he's here, Perry the Platypus is canon. I don't know if you want that image, but I do. And just imagine him creating inventions. And there's a self-destruct button as Idia and Ortho lose it together. And the backstory, oh my god, imagine his backstory. Just imagine, insane. It's gonna be just as crazy as Rook. Because he's probably raised by Ocelot Beastman. And you have to tie that into his brother. And I don't even know how that's gonna even make sense logically, but hey, we get Phineas and Ferb canon in this. I'm gonna be happy. It's like the greatest thing they've ever made. To agree. I don't know. If you want to debate that, go ahead. But oh my god, we could even add Love Muffin into this, that evil organization he loves. I don't like all of those scientists, but it would be funny. It's a good point to mention that this is a Disney TV series, so I have no idea if they can add this, Owl House, Amphibia, Kim Possible, Gravity Falls, and others that I don't know that y'all probably love. But if you don't know this, Nejma is based on a video game. She's not in a show or a movie or anything extended. She's from a video game. So you could add anyone else from the animated universe that are from TV shows into the app. That can happen. And besides her, I think there are other good characters that you could put into this that are villains or were villain-esque in some aspects. And other characters who would just fit well with the series. Ida from the Owl House is like the first character that comes to mind, because she would be a fantastic teacher. And then you got Bill Cipher, because all of you just love Gravity Falls, and I don't think I want Bill Cipher in anime form now that I've said this. And this is applying to Kingdom Hearts as well. I don't want to see Gravity Falls, I don't want to fight Bill. He does not need to know what a Keyblade exists. Got it, guys? Are we in agreement? I hope so. This is about Doofenshmirtz, though. And to be honest, you could do anything with that backstory because it's just insane, and so many people have screwed him over his life. From his brother, classmates, society, heck, even a baking soda volcano. Anything is possible. And I would love to see the Overblot. I don't know what it's gonna look like, but I want to see it. And who knows, like, what kind of cards or events you could have with this man, but oh, it would be amazing. I don't know why, but I feel like Ruggy would understand him the most, and would be just a good friend to him. You got Vil there, who's probably like just thinking, how do you have this backstory, how are you alive? And then Deuce is an R card, because he understands the struggles of actually trying to better yourself, despite everything that society has thrown at you. And for the golden card, look, Idia would be perfect. But I think it's gonna be Vil, because I would just love to see Vil's reaction to his backstory and going, that's another Rook. Anyway, the potential for this guy would be insane, enjoyable, and I would be very, very happy if he were to debut in this app. However, I don't think this is gonna be the case. I don't know if she's watched Phineas and Ferb, but if he gets added, that means she does. And to be honest, I don't know how I could live with that. But who knows? You could add the cartoon villains at some point. We just have to wait and see. And that's it. So these are the characters I believe who have a chance of appearing in this app versus the next 5 characters who I want in this game. That being said, tell me who you would like to see appear in this app. It could range from anything Disney, from the video games to the TV series to even movies, or even some obscure ones that you know. I know there are some obscure Disney villains in comics that people really liked. I don't know how that's gonna work, but hey, anything can happen. Thank you all for watching. Have an awesome day.